Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a good afternoon to everyone. So basically, today we would like to discuss the Hukum Wad'i as a continuation of the previous discussion on Hukum under Al-Hakam Al-Shar'iyyah. So before this, the chapter that we should discuss here supposed to be Al-Ahkam Al-Shar'iyyah. So basically we have two types of hakam here, which is hukum taklifi, and also the second one is hukum wad'i, which I would like to discuss today. We are going to discuss today about these types of hukum. So hukum wad'i, the definition is that the declaratory rule does not create an obligation, but rather a rule that facilitates the operation of the hukum taklifi, meaning that we cannot separate the discussion of hukum taklifi without cross-referring or without have a firm understanding on what is hukum wad'i itself. So because the existence of hukum wad'i will later on facilitate the operation of the hukum taklifi, or explain the later in which we can divide it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 further categories, which is the first one is sabab, shart, and mani'. The fourth one sahih, batin, and fasid, and also the last one azimah and ruqsah. So sabab here meaning the cause of. Meanwhile, shart here mean the condition for, syarat. Sabab here sebab or asbab. Mani' here meaning the obstacle to the hukum. So sabab, the meaning is that the prerequisite of the existence of the hukum, meaning that without the existence of sabab, then there will be no hukum. When sabab exists, hukum will exist. When sabab is absent, then the hukum will be absent. So example here, the meaning first. Technically, it means what the lawgiver has determined to be identifier of a legal rule. Therefore, its existence means the presence of the rule, while its absence means the absence of the rule. Sabab is an attribute which is evident and constant. Its existence means the presence of hukum, whilst its absence means the absence of hukum. So senang kita tulis kat sini yang it existence means the presence of hukum, while its absent means the absence of hukum. So we can make it simple by referring to this table. So one column for hukum and one column for sabab. When sabab exists, the hukum will exist. When sabab is absent, then hukum will be absent. So as example, to impose the hard punishment, there must be unlawful sexual intercourse. Unlawful sexual intercourse is the cause prerequisite to impose for the accused or subjected the accused to the hard punishment. Meaning that, so the second one, we can say that murder is the cause for the punishment of qisas. Example. Third one, we can refer to that the beginning of Ramadan, anak bulan ataupun Ramadan, as the cause of for fasting. Prerequisite. Next, in regards to shart, shart here meaning or syarat, right? Shart here ataupun dalam in sabab we can consider as cause. This one is condition. Anything which in is a sorry. Anything in which is absent necessitate the absence of hukum, but which present does not necessarily mean the presence of the hukum or its absent. So nak senang faham, we put a table like this one. Table sama juga. Tiga macam ni. The first one we put shart. We put hukum. Okay, shart, let's say no shart. Maksudnya tak fulfill syarat, tak ada syarat, tak adalah hukum. But the existence of shart doesn't mean which present does not necessarily mean the present of hukum. Tak semesti hukum ada, atau it can be or ada or present or absent. Such example lah. For like say wudu. For one to pray, to perform prayer or salah, the wudu is shart because ma'ala yatimu al-wajib illa bihi fa huwa wajib. Anything that wajib is not fulfilled without which becomes wajib, meaning that taharah, wudu, is a shart or condition for a valid prayer. So kita tengok kat sini, taharah or wudu is a shart, condition for a valid prayer. So for a prayer to become valid, it must be the prerequisite the condition is that the one must perform wudu for a valid prayer ni. Tapi maksudnya tak ada wudu kat sini, no wudu, tak adalah valid prayer. Tapi when you take ablution tu, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to pray. Faham tak? But to that's why you perform wudu doesn't necessarily mean you need to pray. It absent entails the prayer to become void based on hadith. So kita kaedah kat sini ya. Let's say kita apply this one in the context of, let's say let's say we want to apply this context of table ni in the context of taharah. So cakap sini, it absent entails the prayer to become void Based on hadith. Based on hadith. There is no salat for those who have no ablution. Nampak? Dia absent kat sini. Absent, kita letak merah. Menyebabkan hukum prayer to become void. That's why shart tak ada, hukum pun tak ada lah. Tapi in applying the second one, the second context tu kan. However, it does not necessarily mean that the existence of ablution tadi tu, he has to pray. Tak semestinya orang tu ada wuduk dia kena solat. Macam tu. That's why the context betul kena faham you need to understand the what is mean by shart here. Next example yang seterusnya adalah let's say about divorce. Okay. So the presence of valid marriage is the precondition to divorce. Untuk nak divorce, nak bercerai ni mestilah ada syarat dia adalah the presence of a valid marriage. Is a precondition to divorce. The presence of valid marriage is the precondition. Kalau tak ada valid marriage, macam mana nak divorce? Tapi adanya valid marriage, it does not mean that when there is a valid marriage, it must lead to a divorce. Faham? Contohnya, untuk adanya, bila tak ada valid marriage, tak boleh divorce. Tapi bila yang ada valid marriage, tak semestinya divorce. It does not necessarily lead to divorce. So, that's all for this episode. Thank you.